Hauntings of the Ghost Ship. Scary story published by Scare Fiction. Chapter 1. The Discovery. The cliffs rose like ancient sentinels, their rugged faces battered by the relentless assault of the sea below. Standing at the precipice, I felt the raw power of the ocean reverberate through my bones, the salty spray stinging my skin as waves crashed against the jagged rocks with thunderous force. Amidst this primal chaos, a weathered bulletin board caught my eye, its surface adorned with a collage of faded clippings and cryptic maps detailing sightings of a legendary ghost ship. My pulse quickened with excitement as I delved into the accounts of sailors who claimed to have glimpsed the spectral vessel haunting the coastal waters. From the depths of my childhood fascination with the supernatural, I had been drawn to stories of the unexplained and eerie. Now, standing on the brink of adventure, I felt a surge of determination to uncover the truth behind these haunting legends. With a resolute spirit propelling me forward, I made a bold decision to embark on a daring expedition to locate the ghost ship and unlock the mysteries that shrouded its existence. Gathering my research materials and mustering my courage, I prepared to venture into the unknown, where danger lurked beneath every cresting wave and secrets lay hidden amidst the swirling mists of the open sea. As I stepped aboard the research vessel, I was met with skeptical stares from the seasoned crew. Ignoring their doubts, I steeled myself for the challenges ahead, knowing that the journey would test my resolve like never before. With the rhythmic thrum of the engines beneath my feet, I watched as the coastline faded into the horizon, feeling the call of adventure beckoning me towards a destiny intertwined with the mysteries of the deep. Night fell like a velvet curtain, cloaking the ship in an eerie stillness broken only by the gentle lapping of waves against the hull. Standing on the deck, the salt-laden breeze stirring my senses, I gazed out into the darkness with a mixture of trepidation and anticipation. I knew that the path ahead would be fraught with peril, but I was undeterred in my quest to unravel the enigma of the ghost ship. With a sense of exhilaration coursing through my veins, I braced myself for the challenges that lay ahead, ready to confront the unknown with unwavering determination and unyielding courage. Chapter 2. The Legend. As the research vessel cut through the choppy waters, I, Jake McCready, buried myself in ancient tomes and weathered journals, eager to unearth the secrets of the ghost ship that haunted my thoughts. With each page turned, I delved deeper into the murky depths of history, piecing together the fragments of a legend that had endured for centuries. The tale of the ghost ship began long ago, whispered among fishermen and sailors who dared to brave the treacherous waters off the coast. It was said that the vessel, once a proud and mighty ship, had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only whispers of its cursed fate. Locals spoke of a vengeful spirit that prowled the decks, claiming the souls of all who dared to approach it. As I sifted through the accounts of eyewitnesses and survivors, so a wave of fear run inside my soul. I knew that the truth behind the legend was far more terrifying than any tale spun by superstitious sailors. There were mentions of strange lights dancing on the horizon, of screams echoing across the waves in the dead of night. And always, there was the specter of the captain, a figure shrouded in darkness and despair. Despite the warnings of the locals, I became increasingly determined to unravel the truth behind the legend. For beneath the surface of superstition and fear, I sensed a glimmer of something more, something that beckoned me with its mystery and intrigue. I could not ignore the call of adventure that pulsed through my veins, driving me ever onward in my quest for answers. With each passing day, my obsession with the ghost ship grew, consuming my thoughts and driving me to the brink of madness. I pored over maps and charts, searching for clues that would lead me to the elusive vessel. And as I delved deeper into the annals of history, I uncovered tales of betrayal and greed, of lost treasure and forbidden desires. But amidst the darkness, there were also whispers of hope, of brave souls who had dared to challenge the curse that bound the ghost ship to its watery grave. Their stories inspired me, fueling my determination to confront the vengeful spirit that haunted the seas. And so, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, I, Jake McCready, vowed to press onward in my quest for the truth. For I knew that the path ahead would be fraught with danger and uncertainty, but I was undeterred in my mission to uncover the secrets of the ghost ship and unlock the mysteries that lay hidden beneath the waves. Chapter 3: The Journey Begins. The morning sun cast a golden glow over the horizon as our research vessel, the Ocean Explorer, set sail from the bustling harbor. I stood at the helm, my hands steady on the wheel, excitement coursing through my veins like a tidal wave. Beside me stood my small but dedicated crew, their faces a mix of anticipation and apprehension as we embarked on our quest to uncover the secrets of the ghost ship. As we ventured further from the safety of the shore, I couldn't shake the feeling of unease that gnawed at the edges of my mind. The whispers of the legend echoed in my ears, a constant reminder of the dangers that lurked beneath the surface of the ocean. But I pushed aside my doubts, determined to see our mission through to the end. As the hours stretched into days, we sailed deeper into uncharted waters, the vast expanse of the sea stretching out before us like an endless abyss. With each passing mile, the atmosphere aboard the ship grew tense, the weight of our mission pressing down upon us like an anchor dragging us into the depths. Strange occurrences began to plague the crew, fueling our fears and suspicions. It started with small things: a rope mysteriously frayed, a compass spinning wildly out of control, but soon escalated into something far more sinister. Whispers floated through the air like ghostly echoes. Shadows danced along the deck in the dead of night, and strange shapes lurked beneath the surface of the water, glimpsed fleetingly in the moonlight. Despite our growing unease, we pressed onward, driven by a sense of duty and determination to uncover the truth. But with each passing day, the line between reality and superstition blurred, and it became increasingly difficult to distinguish between fact and fantasy. As we drew closer to the reported location of the ghost ship, a palpable sense of dread settled over the crew like a shroud. The air crackled with tension, and even the bravest among us could not shake the feeling that we were being watched by unseen eyes. But still, we forged ahead, propelled by the promise of discovery and the thrill of adventure. For though the journey ahead was fraught with danger and uncertainty, we knew that we could not turn back now. The fate of the ghost ship beckoned us onward, its mysteries calling out to be unraveled by those brave enough to face the unknown. And so, with hearts heavy with trepidation, but spirits burning bright with determination, we sailed ever onward into the heart of darkness, ready to confront whatever horrors awaited us on the other side. Chapter 4: The Encounter. The moon hung low in the sky, casting a silvery glow over the restless sea as our vessel sliced through the waves. The night air was thick with anticipation, every heartbeat echoing the pulse of the ocean as we sailed further into the unknown. And then, as if summoned by some unseen force, it appeared a specter emerging from the mist like a ghostly apparition. The ghost ship loomed on the horizon, its shadowy form bathed in an ethereal light that seemed to emanate from within. My breath caught in my throat as I beheld the sight, made my body tremble with fear at the sheer magnitude of its presence. Around me, the crew murmured in hushed tones, their faces pale in the moonlight, as they stared in awe and terror at the spectral vessel before us. Unable to resist the pull of its otherworldly allure, we steered our course towards the ghost ship, drawn inexorably closer with each passing moment. The air crackled with energy as we neared its looming silhouette, the very fabric of reality seeming to warp and shift in its wake. As we boarded the vessel, a profound silence descended upon us, broken only by the creaking of the timbers and the whisper of the wind through the rigging. The deck beneath our feet felt solid and real, yet there was an otherworldly quality to the air, a sense of unreality that hung heavy in the stillness. I moved cautiously across the deck, my senses on high alert as I scanned the shadows for any sign of movement. The air was thick with the scent of salt and decay, a palpable reminder of the ship's long years adrift on the unforgiving sea. With each step, the weight of the ship's history pressed down upon me, filling me with a sense of unease that bordered on dread. I could feel the eyes of unseen specters watching from the shadows, their presence a cold whisper against the back of my neck. And then, from the depths of the darkness, a voice echoed through the silence, a haunting melody that sent shivers down my body. It was the voice of the sea itself, a mournful lament for all those lost to its depths. As the echoes of the ghostly song faded into the night, I knew that we were not alone on the ship. Somewhere, hidden among the shadows, lurked the vengeful spirit that haunted its decks, waiting to reveal itself to those foolish enough to seek it out. With a sense of trepidation and awe, I steeled myself for the encounter that lay ahead, knowing that whatever awaited us in the heart of the ghost ship would test the limits of our courage and resolve. But come what may, I was determined to uncover the truth behind the legend and put an end to the curse that bound the vessel to its watery grave once and for all. Chapter 5. The Haunting. As we stepped further into the belly of the ghost ship, an eerie sensation washed over me, prickling at the nape of my neck like icy tendrils. The air grew heavy with a sense of foreboding, and I could feel the weight of unseen eyes watching our every move. Suddenly, without warning, the ship shuddered beneath our feet, as if awakening from a long slumber. Shadows danced along the walls, twisting and contorting in unnatural shapes, as the very essence of the vessel seemed to come alive around us. Then, with a deafening roar, the ghost ship revealed its true nature, unleashing a torrent of supernatural phenomena upon us. Ghostly apparitions materialized out of thin air, their anguished cries echoing through the corridors as they reenacted the horrors that had befallen the ship's doomed occupants. My heart hammered in my chest as I watched in horror, unable to tear my eyes away from the ghastly spectacle unfolding before me. Visions of the past danced before my eyes, each more terrifying than the last, as the ghost ship dredged up memories long since forgotten. Trapped within the confines of the vessel, my crewmates and I were forced to confront the vengeful spirit that haunted its decks. With each passing moment, the air grew thick with tension, our every breath a struggle against the suffocating weight of fear that threatened to consume us whole. But despite the overwhelming odds stacked against us, I refused to give in to despair. With a steely resolve, I rallied my crewmates around me, urging them to stand firm against the onslaught of darkness that threatened to engulf us. Together, we fought back against the relentless tide of supernatural forces, pushing forward with unwavering determination in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. With each step we took, we drew closer to the heart of the ghost ship, where the vengeful spirit lay in wait, its malevolent presence a palpable presence in the air. As we finally came face to face with the entity that had tormented us for so long, a fierce battle ensued, the clash of wills echoing through the corridors of the ship like thunder on a stormy night. With every ounce of strength we possessed, we fought back against the darkness, refusing to yield to its relentless grasp. And then, in a blinding flash of light, the vengeful spirit was vanquished, its malevolent essence banished from the ghost ship once and for all. As the echoes of our victory faded into the night, a profound sense of relief washed over me, filling me with a renewed sense of hope for the future. Though the scars of our ordeal would linger for a lifetime, we emerged from the hauntings stronger and more resilient than ever before. And as we sailed away from the ghost ship, leaving its cursed existence far behind us, I knew that we had faced our demons and emerged victorious, ready to confront whatever challenges the future may hold. Chapter 6. The Descent into Madness. The relentless haunting intensified, its tendrils of darkness reaching deep into the hearts and minds of my crewmates. Tensions aboard the ghost ship soared to unprecedented heights, fueled by paranoia and fear that threatened to shatter our sanity like fragile glass. As the days wore on, I watched helplessly as the once stalwart resolve of my companions crumbled beneath the weight of the supernatural onslaught. Every creak of the timbers, every whisper of the wind, they were scared, driving them to the brink of madness. I, too, felt the creeping tendrils of despair winding their way around my mind, threatening to drag me into the abyss of insanity. The line between the living and the dead blurred before my eyes, and I struggled to maintain my grip on reality as the ghost ship's malevolent presence pressed down upon me like a suffocating foe. Desperation clawed at my soul as I searched for a way to break the curse that bound us to the ship's spectral halls. Every corner I turned, every shadow I explored, held the promise of salvation or damnation, and I knew that time was running out. With each passing moment, the darkness closed in around us, threatening to swallow us whole. Paranoia gnawed at the edges of my consciousness, whispering sinister truths that I dared not acknowledge. Was I truly the master of my own fate, or merely a puppet dancing to the tune of unseen forces? As the haunting reached its crescendo, I found myself teetering on the precipice of madness, my mind a battlefield where reality and illusion waged an unending war. But even in the darkest depths of despair, a flicker of hope remained a glimmer of light amidst the encroaching darkness. With newfound determination, I resolved to confront the ghost ship's curse head-on, to break free from its grasp and reclaim my sanity. Drawing upon every ounce of strength and courage within me, I delved deep into the heart of the ship, where the source of its power lay hidden. And there, in the bowels of the ghost ship, I uncovered the key to our salvation, a relic of untold power, hidden away by the ship's long-dead captain in a desperate bid to break the curse that bound him to his watery grave. With trembling hands, I seized the relic and invoked its ancient magic, channeling its energies into a beacon of hope that pierced the darkness like a beacon in the night. And as the curse shattered like glass, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders, the oppressive presence of the ghost ship fading into nothingness. With a sense of relief and triumph, I emerged from the depths of the ship, my mind clear and my spirit renewed. Though the scars of our ordeal would linger, we had emerged victorious, free from the ghost ship's grasp at last. And as we sailed away into the light of a new dawn, I knew that we had faced our demons and emerged stronger for having done so. Chapter 7. The Secrets Unveiled. As I delved deeper into the history of the ghost ship, I uncovered a tapestry of darkness woven from the threads of betrayal and greed. The tragic tale unfolded before me like a twisted symphony of sorrow, each note a haunting reminder of the lives lost to the sea's unyielding embrace. It began centuries ago, in a time when the oceans teemed with pirates and privateers, their sails billowing in the wind as they plundered the riches of the New World. Among them was Captain William Blackwood, a man driven by a lust for power and wealth beyond measure. Under the cover of darkness, Captain Blackwood and his crew set sail aboard the Siren's Call, a ship rumored to be cursed by the gods themselves. They roamed the seas like predators, preying upon unsuspecting vessels and plundering their cargo with ruthless efficiency. But as the years wore on, a darkness began to fester within the captain's heart, twisting his once noble intentions into something altogether more sinister. Greed consumed him, driving him to ever greater acts of depravity in his quest for dominance over the waves. It was then that the Siren's Call encountered a rival ship, its captain a formidable adversary who refused to yield to Blackwood's demands. Enraged by the defiance, Blackwood unleashed hell upon the seas, his cannons roaring as he unleashed a barrage of destruction upon his foe. But victory came at a terrible price, for in his madness, Blackwood had doomed himself and his crew to a fate worse than death. The Siren's Call was swallowed whole by the ocean's wrath, its crew consigned to an eternity of torment upon the cursed vessel's spectral decks. Armed with this knowledge, I knew that I held the key to ending the ghost ship's reign of terror once and for all. With a sense of determination burning bright within me, I set out to confront the vengeful spirit that haunted its halls, ready to face whatever horrors awaited me. As I stood upon the deck of the ghost ship, the weight of its dark history pressing down upon me like a leaden cloak, I felt a surge of resolve course through my veins. With each step I took, I felt the eyes of the captain's accursed crew upon me, their silent pleas for release echoing in the empty air. And then, in a blaze of ethereal light, the vengeful spirit revealed itself, its form twisted and contorted by centuries of rage and despair. But I did not falter, for I knew that I held the power to break the curse that bound them to their fate. With a single incantation, I banished the spirit from the ghost ship, its anguished cries fading into the wind as the vessel itself began to crumble into dust. And as the last echoes of the curse faded into the night, I knew that the seas were safe once more, free from the specter of the Siren's Call and its reign of terror. Chapter 8. The Final Confrontation. The air crackled with tension as I stood face to face with the vengeful spirit that had haunted the ghost ship for centuries. Its ethereal form loomed before me, twisted and contorted by centuries of rage and despair, its eyes burning with a malevolent light that shook me inside. The air crackled with tension as I stood face to face with the vengeful spirit that had haunted the ghost ship for centuries. Its ethereal form loomed before me, twisted and contorted by centuries of rage and despair, its eyes burning with a malevolent light that shook me inside. With a steady hand, I raised my weapon, a relic of untold power, forged in the fires of ancient magic. The weight of it felt heavy in my grasp, a tangible reminder of the burden I carried upon my shoulders. But I did not falter, for I knew that the fate of the ghost ship, and perhaps the very souls of its cursed crew, rested upon my shoulders. As the ghost ship lurched and groaned around us, the sound of its tortured timbers echoing through the empty corridors, I braced myself for the battle that lay ahead. This would be no ordinary confrontation, no mere clash of swords and steel. It would be a battle of wills and determination, a test of strength and courage against the darkness that dwelled within my own soul. With a primal roar, the vengeful spirit launched itself at me, its form twisting and writhing like a serpent in the night. But I stood my ground, my resolve unyielding as I met its gaze with unwavering determination. With each blow exchanged, I felt the weight of centuries of suffering pressing down upon me, threatening to crush me beneath its unfathomable weight. But I refused to give in, drawing upon every ounce of strength and courage within me as I fought back against the darkness. With each strike of my weapon, I felt the spirit's grip on the ghost ship weakening, its power waning with every passing moment. And then, in a blinding flash of light, the battle reached its climax. With a final, desperate blow, I struck true, piercing the heart of the vengeful spirit and shattering its hold over the ghost ship once and for all. As the echoes of the battle faded into the night, a profound silence descended upon the ship, broken only by the sound of our ragged breaths and the creaking of the timbers beneath our feet. With a sense of relief and triumph, I surveyed the scene before me. The ghost ship's cursed existence finally brought to an end. With the help of my crewmates, we began to make our escape from the crumbling vessel, each step a testament to our victory over the forces of darkness. And as we sailed away from the ghost ship, leaving its cursed existence far behind us, I knew that we had faced our demons and emerged stronger for having done so. Chapter 9. The Escape. With the curse lifted, a sense of urgency gripped us as we made our hasty escape from the crumbling remnants of the ghost ship. Adrenaline coursed through our veins, our hearts pounding in rhythm with the crashing waves as we raced to put as much distance between ourselves and the haunted vessel as possible. The air was thick with the taste of salt and freedom as we sailed away, the ghost ship fading into the distance behind us like a specter retreating into the shadows. Though the memory of our harrowing ordeal would haunt us forever, we knew that we had emerged victorious over the forces of darkness. As we sailed into the dawn of a new day, a sense of relief washed over us like a warm embrace. The weight of the curse lifted from our shoulders like a burden lifted from our souls. We laughed and cheered, our voices mingling with the sound of the wind and the sea as we reveled in our newfound freedom. But even as we celebrated our victory, a sense of unease lingered in the air, a lingering reminder of the horrors we had witnessed aboard the ghost ship. I glanced back over my shoulder, my eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of the vengeful spirit that had haunted us for so long. And then, in a fleeting moment, I saw it, a ghostly apparition standing upon the deck of the ghost ship, its form shrouded in mist and shadow. Though it made no move to pursue us, its silent presence was a stark reminder of the darkness that still lurked within the depths of the sea. But even as I watched the spirit fade into the distance, I felt a sense of peace settle over me, knowing that we had emerged stronger and wiser for having faced the hauntings of the ghost ship. Though the memory of our ordeal would linger with us forever, we had overcome the forces of darkness and emerged victorious in the end. As we sailed on into the unknown, I knew that our journey was far from over. But with each passing moment, I felt a renewed sense of hope and determination burning bright within me, guiding us towards a future filled with promise and possibility. And as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the endless expanse of the sea, I knew that no matter what trials lay ahead, we would face them together, united in our triumph over the forces of darkness and bound by the bonds of friendship and courage forged in the crucible of adversity. Chapter 10. The Aftermath. The aftermath of our harrowing ordeal aboard the ghost ship weighed heavily upon us, like an anchor dragging us into the depths of despair. Each member of my crew bore the scars of our encounter, both seen and unseen, and the memories of the horrors we had witnessed haunted our every waking moment. But in the face of adversity, we found solace in each other's company, drawing strength from our shared experiences as we navigated the treacherous waters of the unknown. Together, We forged a bond that was unbreakable, a beacon of light amidst the darkness that threatened to consume us. As we gathered on the deck of our ship, the gentle rhythm of the waves serving as a soothing backdrop to our shared sorrow, we spoke of the things we had seen and the trials we had endured. Each story was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope still burned bright within us. But despite the scars that lingered, we emerged from our ordeal with a newfound sense of purpose and resilience. We had faced our demons and emerged stronger for having done so, united in our determination to seize the future with both hands and forge a path forward together. In the days that followed, we set sail once more, our destination unknown, but our spirits unbroken. With each passing mile, the weight of our past began to lift from our shoulders, replaced by a sense of optimism and renewal that filled us with hope for the future. And though the memory of our ordeal would linger with us forever, we refused to let it define us. Instead, we chose to focus on the lessons we had learned and the bonds we had forged, using them as beacons to guide us through the trials that lay ahead. As we sailed into the horizon, the sun setting behind us like a promise of brighter days to come, I knew that no matter what challenges awaited us on the horizon, we would face them together, united in our triumph over the darkness that had once threatened to consume us. And as the stars twinkled overhead, casting their gentle light upon the endless expanse of the sea, I felt a sense of peace settle over me, knowing that no matter where our journey took us, we would always be bound by the bonds of friendship and courage that had seen us through the darkest of times. Chapter 11. The Legacy. Word of our daring exploits aboard the ghost ship spread like wildfire, carried on the whispers of the wind and the waves to every corner of the seven seas. Jake's name became synonymous with bravery and adventure, his story inspiring awe and wonder in all who heard it. As tales of our encounter with the supernatural spread far and wide, others were drawn to the sea, eager to follow in our footsteps and uncover the mysteries that lay hidden beneath its turbulent surface. From seasoned sailors to intrepid explorers, they set out on their own quests for knowledge and adventure, their hearts filled with the same sense of excitement and anticipation that had driven us to seek out the ghost ship in the first place. But even as they embarked on their own journeys, they carried with them the legacy of the ghost ship, a reminder of the dangers that lurked beneath the waves and the courage it took to confront them head-on. Though the vessel itself may have faded into legend, its memory lived on in the hearts and minds of all who dared to seek the truth. And so, as we sailed on into the horizon, I knew that our legacy would endure long after we had passed into the annals of history. For we had faced our fears and emerged victorious, leaving behind a trail of inspiration and wonder in our wake. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the endless expanse of the sea, I felt a sense of pride swell within me. Though our journey had been fraught with danger and uncertainty, we had persevered, driven by a shared sense of purpose and a belief in the power of the human spirit. And as we sailed on into the unknown, guided by the light of the stars above and the memories of our adventures below, I knew that our legacy would live on, a testament to the enduring power of courage, friendship, and the unyielding spirit of adventure that burned bright within us all. Chapter 12. The Epilogue. As I stood upon the deck of my ship, the salty sea air filling my lungs and the gentle rhythm of the waves lulling me into a state of calm, I couldn't help but reflect on the journey that had brought me to this moment. The memories of our encounter with the ghost ship still lingered fresh in my mind, a testament to the trials we had faced and the triumphs we had achieved. But even as I looked back on our adventures with a sense of awe and wonder, I knew that my journey was far from over. For the sea held endless mysteries and untold wonders, each one waiting to be discovered by those brave enough to seek them out. With a sense of anticipation and excitement coursing through my veins, I knew that I could not resist the call of the ocean for long. It was a part of me, ingrained in my very soul, and no matter how far I sailed or how many adventures I embarked upon, it would always be there, beckoning me to new and undiscovered worlds. And so, with a smile upon my face and a heart full of dreams, I set sail once more, eager to embrace whatever challenges the future may hold. For though my adventures may have come to an end, I knew that the sea would always be there, waiting to welcome me home with open arms. As the wind filled my sails and the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the endless expanse of the sea, I felt a sense of peace settle over me. For I knew that no matter where my journey took me, I would always be guided by the memories of my past adventures and the promise of new ones yet to come. And as my ship disappeared into the distance, swallowed by the vastness of the ocean, I knew that my story was far from over. For the sea held endless possibilities, and I was ready to embrace them all with open arms. With a sense of anticipation and excitement, I sailed on into the unknown, eager to embark on my next great adventure.